Who loves a good deal? Me! And what better place to get a good deal than Dollarama? You can visit this discount store in Canada to buy yourself some household goods, some food, and even some cute clothing for your pets. All at sort of dollar store prices. And for the next 50 hours, I'm gonna be going on a Dollarama diet. Rule number 1, all 6 meals have to come from Dollarama. That means food, snacks, and drinks, and if there's a little bit of space in the budget, maybe a toy. And speaking of budget, rule number 2, we're gonna determine how much we spend for each of our meals using this Dragon Dice Rolling Tower of Science. We have 1 dice for the dollar amount and 1 dice for the cent amount. And rule number 3, we can't go to the same Dollarama twice. Different Dollaramas have different offerings, and it's nice to change it up a little bit. So this might be a great choice, or this might be a massive mistake. Now that you know the rules, let's roll for breakfast. Rolling for breakfast. Our budget for breakfast, $6.50. Let's go.
Now, the one thing that I forgot to mention was that Dollarama doesn't have frozen food unlike American discount stores, so everything had to come in a box or a can. But I was still determined to find some delicious and as healthy as possible food that I could. I made my way to the food aisles and I tried my best to stay on theme with breakfast food. I grabbed some maple brown sugar oatmeal and I thought I could get some beans on toast, but I realized they didn't have any butter or bread. But they did have these crackers and also some beans, so I guess kind of a win. Next, I wanted to get some coffee to stock up for the next couple of days, but it was way too much out of my budget, so instead, I went with this instant coffee and prayed that my stomach would be able to survive the assault. I used every brain cell to calculate how much I had left in my budget and came to the conclusion I only had enough to buy something that was less than $1, and that's when I came across these chocolate bars. Some people have sweets for breakfast, right? I rung up my order and to my amazement, I was able to stay under budget. Proud of myself, I packed my things and headed home for my first breakfast of the challenge.
Ready for breakfast? We have some maple style beans, oatmeal, instant coffee, some rice crackers because there wasn't any bread, and a chocolate bar. I am going to be going to the gym after this, so hopefully this gives me the energy that I need. The beans smell pretty good and there's actually a lot of it in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. Actually not bad. Nice maple flavor. Pretty good. Anyone want a bean sandwich? Let's try some of the coffee. Finally, some maple and brown sugar oatmeal. $1.50 for this though, it's pretty small, but it doesn't taste bad. I don't know what this chocolate bar is supposed to be, but it had caramel in it and I love myself some caramel, so let's try it out. Oh, milk chocolate coated cake with caramel. It's a cake chocolate bar. Tastes like processed sugar, but it doesn't taste too bad. I'm gonna try and finish up these beans, my poor wife tonight.
After breakfast, I did some editing and then decided it was time to hit the gym. I ate the rest of the chocolate bar cake, hoping that it would give me the energy that I needed to pump out a good workout, but it ended up being probably the worst workout of my life because my stomach felt like 100 tiny gnomes were having a disco inside of me. Must have been all the fiber from breakfast.
It's time for lunch. Let's see what our budget is. Let's see what we can get for lunch with $8.70.
For lunch, I decided to go for something a little lighter, and with a budget of $8.70, I knew I had some options. I was actually surprised at how many different ready-made and packaged foods there were, so I decided to give one a try. I also grabbed some tuna and crackers because who doesn't love some protein? And I got this spread since I knew I had the crackers to try it with. I felt like being a globetrotter and picked up some plantain chips and also a coconut water, and I was thankful my tiny brain helped me stay under budget. There's a Dollarama I just came from. And this is the Dollarama I'm going to. For some reason, there was a Dollarama right next door to the one I just left, so I decided to roll for dinner. I was ready to ball on my budget, but before I get ahead of myself, let's have lunch. Lunch is served and we stayed under budget. We got ourselves some fried style rice with peas and carrots, plantain chips, tuna salad with crackers, and because we had some crackers, I decided to go with deviled ham and a coconut water to drink. Tuna salad with crackers. Is that all the crackers that we get? Tuna salad, hopefully this doesn't stink up the car. Looks kind of like cat food. Smells pretty good. I guess technically it kind of also smells like cat food. Definitely smells like what you would expect a tuna salad to smell like. Mayonnaise, celery, tuna, seasoning. Let's try a little bit of the tuna first. It's very fishy, it tastes very processed. You know what this reminds me of? It actually kind of tastes like SpaghettiOs. Like a tomato and pasta in a can. I guess we'll put it on a cracker. It doesn't taste better. By the way, I was looking at the nutritional info for the tuna salad, and there was only 7 grams of protein in the can, which actually felt kind of criminal. Should have read the label first. Maybe this deviled ham pate might taste better. Deviled eggs are supposed to be kind of like a pureed yolk. Did they puree this ham? I don't know how they did it, but this looks more like cat food than the other one does. This doesn't even look like real food. This is exactly what it would taste like if you put ham into a blender. Let's try it on a cracker, I guess. I don't know which one I like better, but please do not feed these to your pets. I think I need a palate cleanser. These plantains look really good, really fried, really crispy. Pretty good. Wish there was a little more salt in them, but they're not bad. For $1, you get a pretty good amount too. Coconut water. Very sweet, otherwise pretty delicious. It's time for our main course. It smells very processed. Doesn't really smell that good. It looks a little rubbery and I don't actually see any peas and carrots in it. Do you guys see anything? Kind of tastes like when I microwaved it, some of the plastic went inside of this flavor. Super under-seasoned. The texture is not appealing at all. Let me know if you guys see some peas and carrots in there. Oh, hey, I found a pea and carrot. Carrot. And I think there's a pea somewhere in there. After lunch, I poured myself another cup of cardboard as a pick-me-up before I went live on stream for a few hours. This was a chance for me to have some fun with my friends and hopefully bury the thought of potentially another stomachache for dinner. Joey, I just realized that after this stream, I'm gonna have to have my dollar store dinner. Before we eat, let's rewind a little bit to talk about how my Dollarama shopping trip went. I got really lucky and was able to get a budget of $12.20, and I was not going to hold back. I knew I could splurge a little bit, so I started off with this cute chocolate egg toy. I grabbed a hearty dinner, and I wanted something else, but I didn't know what. I don't know why I settled for the sardines, but they were $1, and I've never tried it before, so there was no time like the present, right? While I was shopping around, I saw that they sold bread. Wait, did I miss this during breakfast? Either way, it was like $3 for a loaf, so it was definitely out of my budget. I was looking for something else to eat when I stumbled across something that really made me confused. It was a pie? I tried to figure out if this was just a pie shell or a pie-like snack, but no, it was a pie. I decided to take the chance with the pie on my way out and treated myself to my favorite chips and went to check out my dinner feast. Is this a real pie?
It's a tartlet.
It's a tartlet?
Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
It's a French thing.
I'm just gonna go on the record and say, I trust what she's saying. We finally made it to dinner time. First up, our beef stew. Now, I would recommend when you put this in the microwave that you cover it because it absolutely splattered the inside of my microwave. It made a big mess. The color is not that pretty, but I can see the meatballs, the carrots, the potatoes, and this wasn't that cheap. This was like $2.50. Definitely on the higher end of the budget. The meat is definitely processed and factory made, but it doesn't taste that bad. It has kind of like a nice hearty feel to it. The flavors are pretty decent. It's very stewy. If I was going winter hiking and I need something warm to fill up my stomach, I might actually turn to this. Now don't ask me why, but I've never had sardines before and I saw this tin for $1 and you know I just had to try it. Just sardines in sunflower oil. Is there supposed to be a specific flavor profile of this? Dollarama sardine. Wow, you know what? This is actually pretty good. It's super flaky. It's not overly fishy. And also the bones just crunch under your mouth. One big piece. You wanna try a little bit? I love Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar kettle chips. You cannot go wrong. Unfortunately for me, they packed it like a dollar store would. There's not that much. Maybe this much in the whole bag. I ain't complaining though, we had a big budget today. And it still tastes good. I also got this little Avengers egg. This isn't a Kinder Surprise, but it looks like it has a surprise toy inside of it. Just like the Kinder Surprises, a nice chocolate egg shell and a nice little surprise on the inside. Oh, it's... Who's this? A gift for you. I think he smells the sardine on my fingers. And finally, the thing that I have been excited and dreaded for the most, the Dollarama pie. Strawberry, blackberry, raspberry, blueberry.
I'm assuming that since this is $3, it's gonna be made with the highest ingredients and the best quality fruits. It feels more like a disc than a pie. It's actually really rock hard. I guess we'll just give it a bite. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste like a pie. You know those Nutri-Grain bars that you would get as a kid that had this jelly on the inside and kind of like a baked outside? This is exactly what it tastes like. Almost forgot our raspberry lemonade kombucha. Not bad. I'm gonna wrap up dinner. Day 1 is completed, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
Good morning, everyone. It's still dark outside. Really had a hard time sleeping last night. I just kept waking up maybe every 2-3 hours. My stomach never really settled from yesterday's eating. And one of the weirdest things is that I was still hungry all day. I just kept snacking. Maybe I just wasn't getting enough protein. I was definitely getting enough fiber, but definitely not enough protein. Well, hopefully our budget's still good today and that my body has adapted because I'm ready to take on the day.
Since I knew that bread existed in the last location, I was hopeful to make a filling breakfast and I rolled $2.20. I went in hoping for at least an energy drink, but obviously everything was out of my price range. So instead, I went with this stick of meat for $1.50.
Just the meat, please. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Pre-workout meat. Oh, I open this. Tastes pretty good. I just finished my workout. To be honest, the workout wasn't that bad. The pepperoni stick, it did its job. It wasn't a million pounds of fiber like the other breakfast that I had. So I actually got a pretty decent workout in. Didn't get any caffeine, but you know, that's the way that the dice rolls. I'm here at the next Dollarama for a lunch. Hopefully this time I'm gonna be able to get a little bit more money. You see that? Oh, and I just broke everything. We got $7.10. I know I got something delicious for all of y'all.
For lunch today, I had an idea. Sure, it's easy to get some ready-made food, but I wanted to show off my ability to create a food masterpiece. Unfortunately, that doesn't really amount to much, but I did put together a team of items that I'm hopeful might hit the spot. And after doing some finishing touches on my crumble video and make my wife a sandwich, it was time to show off my lunchtime prowess.
We have everything laid out for lunch. We just need to warm up this Chef Boyardee, warm up this Kraft dinner, and then we're gonna have ourselves some delicious bone apple tea tortillas. Let's try some of this cafe latte while we wait. It tastes pretty good. It's very sweet. It reminds me of the stuff that you would get in Korea in the convenience stores. I am currently putting my microwave through the ringer right now. Everything has been microwaved so far. Nothing has been done on the stovetop. You know we had to get the Canadian staple, the Kraft dinner. Can you hear it? Kraft dinner, nice and hot. So here's my idea. Beef ravioli on the tortilla. And then some Kraft dinner. And there you go. Now you roll it up. Bone apple tea. This is actually pretty good. It reminds me of one of those chili mac and cheese. It feels very mushy though, and it doesn't taste very fresh. Delicious. Okay, one more. We actually have some leftover beans from yesterday too. This is definitely a full meal. You wanna try a bite of this? No? Suit yourself. This is by far the best thing I've had all day. One more bite.
After lunch, I did another live stream to try out a game with my friends called Repo, and it turned out to be a very relaxing bonding experience.
Yo, Pip, you look different!
Finally, it was time for the Last Supper.
Oh, this old thing? I just pulled it out of my closet. I thought that for our very last meal, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Go for a fine dining experience. And this time I flipped the budget on its head, and there is a little twist, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. First up, Ben's Original Bistro Express butter and garlic flavor. We got some asparagus and some salmon because we're getting really fancy. They definitely have seen better days. And now some salmon. It smells so fishy, I think the cats are getting hungry. Let's put this in the microwave to heat it up. We also have this can of cranberry sparkling beverage. Let's add our rice. Here is our meal fit for $1 king. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen in the other clips, I was eyeing something that I did not get a few times, the snail or escargot. Now, this meal's twist is that I spent $10.41 for the whole meal, and I'm gonna roll to see if we can stay under budget. So as long as it's over $10.50, I don't have to eat this escargot, but if it's anything under it, guess what I'm having for dessert? Why do I do this to myself? Here we go. No way, $11.50. The chances of me getting that, the chances of me getting that are probably pretty low, right? Guess we're not gonna be suffering with the escargot, but if this video gets, 100 likes, then I'll make a YouTube short or make a new video on just trying the escargot. First, let's try the asparagus. The asparagus has a little bit of bite to it. There's not that much flavor. Actually, I think it's being flavored by the salmon juices just flowing underneath it. I definitely prefer it fresh. Butter and garlic rice. Oh, butter and garlic rice. It's actually not that bad. The rice is pretty fluffy. It does taste instant, but the flavors are pretty good. You can taste the butter, you can taste the garlic. And finally, the salmon steak, which does have bone in it, but I heard that you can just crunch straight through them. Oh, I can see a bone right there. Let's see if I can actually bite this. Yeah. Surprisingly not bad. It's a little fishy, but not too fishy. It has the texture of a canned tuna, if that helps. Rice, salmon, and asparagus. Oh, that asparagus is so mushy. Let's try the sparkling cranberry. Oh yeah. I'm gonna finish up this fine dining experience. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't mind me, just on a morning walk with my dollar store pie. So what did I learn from eating only dollar store food for the past 2 days from Dollarama? I was actually surprised at the options that they offered. Sure, there are snacks and chocolates and things that you would expect from a dollar store, but they also had some healthier options that actually didn't taste that bad. No, I'm not saying that Dollarama is where you should go to fill your nutritional needs, but I'm sure if you go to your local Dollarama, you might find some stuff that surprises you. 50 hours at Dollarama. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.